Hello, hello, and how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a Let's Play of Final Fantasy X. Now, when we get some people in here, I'm actually going to ask, I'm actually really curious, too, and see. So we actually have a video, a walkthrough that's actually a favorite walkthrough of mine. I'm going to recommend, leave in the description, all that good jazz. It's called Final Fantasy X OP walkthrough. It's my favorite. It's actually the best one out there, in my opinion. Or one of the best ones, for sure. Now, in order to save you guys watching me kill the same guy literally 80 times to get certain overdrive modes, I figure it might be preferable if instead I show you guys the tricks, right? And then we kind of skip along. However, that would mean that we are missing out on a lot of early stuff, early abilities, this, that, whatever, that you guys would be able to not be able to see the benefits of doing those recommendations early. So, I'm probably going to repeat this again whenever we get some people in chat, but the thought is, would you guys want me to start over, in a sense, and actually implement all of these tactics and tricks? Obviously, it'll take a little bit slower at the start, but we would have pretty much everything, you know, that I'm planning on having. Like going throughout the game, going throughout the story, and this, that, whatever, and those overdrive modes can be very, very beneficial. And then it can also show you guys the impact that this guide and all these things actually has on the rest of the game, and just how effective and good it is. So, for this stream, unless people come in later or whatever, and they're like, yeah, let's do it, let's restart. For now, on this stream, we're just going to continue with where we're at. And then depending on the responses and what people say, we'll see about either, like I said, later this stream we might start over, or next stream might be our new official part 1, and we'll do the full thing, like how I would normally actually play while having, you know, the guide on the side and all that good stuff. It is a lot of information to keep track of, for sure. So, but that is enough of you guys hearing me yap. Let's go ahead and get right into the game. Oh, right. I forgot. So I'm on Xbox controller, whatever you connect it to. A is back for some reason, like circle, and then circle select. But I think circle select, I think that's how it was on the PlayStation 2, though. So I don't think it's like mapped wrong per se. I think it's just the game, you know. Okay, so this is our manual, so we'll just do this manual. Save is the most recent. I think Tidus just had a funny dream about Yuna and Riku. Walk is telling him not to get his hopes up, and that's totally the most important things, right? That's where we're at now, so let's get back to the story.
Hey, sleepyhead. Something I want to give you.
Oh, I love the design of this sword so much too, Brotherhood.
Yeah, use it well.
I love the detail too, because you immediately see how much lighter it is than the one that Auron gave him. I think it's reflected in the stats too.
Where's Yuna?
They're both great weapons though, great starting ones.
Why do we gotta wait here?
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
This background music's so nostalgic and sad to me, honestly.
You really don't need all that luggage. They're not really my things. They're gifts for the temples we're to visit.
This isn't a vacation, Yuna.
I guess you're right.
Okay, off we go.
That would be a tough thing too, like going on a journey like this. It would be, well, not like this, but going on a journey in general would be amazing. But you would have to travel light. That's something I eventually want to kind of work on, is I want to get rid of like most of my things, anything I don't need, you know what I mean? I don't need to travel like a minimalist per se, but there are some value in like kind of what they mention, you know. Did the dingo eat your baby?
No problem.
Not too shabby. You kept up with him pretty well. Might make a good guardian someday.
I love their tutorial too. It's actually pretty cool. Ooh, that's a flyer. That's Wakas.
A flyer. My kind of customer.
Get so excited. And it's cool too. So basically what this teaches is Tidus is really good against grounded opponents and he'll have more strength in general, but Waka has a lot more accuracy due to his type of weapon. If Tidus tried to attack him, he would more likely miss. But when you guys get more stats early on, there will come a point where the stats don't matter nearly as much. Just certain characters having certain advantages over the other, pretty much. And there's an interesting thing with one of the tutorial bosses here in a second with Lulu, actually. I want to mention to you guys. But I'll wait till we get to it. This one. I'll let it play out, and then I'll mention something I saw recently, actually.
Watch this.
Of course, Tidus is overly confident, but what I want to mention is normally, and if you haven't played this game before, obviously physical damage doesn't work, then they're going to be like, oh, this is how elemental weaknesses work. But a lot of people are wondering, oh, does the scene change if you can actually kill it with Tidus's attack? And there are like all these algorithms and stats you have to actually get to in order to kill it like that yourself, pretty much. It takes so much work before this scene. But I think somebody actually accomplished it. Like, legitimately, which is insane. But the amount of damage you would need to be able to do this with Tidus this early is just ridiculous. Yeah, look how little damage you do.
Only magic can beat that thing. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have our black mage.
He's like, what is this voodoo?
Lou, you're up.
Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm
I
here.
love that she has a Moogle as her weapon, too. I love it.
Spells of ice work well against fire fiends, and ice fiends are weak against fire magic. You follow?
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
Same.
Lightning and water are opposed, just like fire and ice. This one here is a water fiend,
Which means we should use fire, right? And then if we press Y or triangle, which is wonky, but it is what it is, we can actually get some progress here. Nice. So like I was mentioning before, every time you get a level, you can move one node pretty much. And you can use spheres to activate nodes that are on either the node you're on or on either side of you. So basically we're right here right now. So we can activate this node. Sorry, it's wonky how you use the stick to do it. But we can do this node, or that node with where we're at. Go to use. And then anything that is, it shows right there on the top, strength, defense, or health. So power doesn't just mean strength. And then you can activate it from here too. You don't have to click on the other one. It'll auto go to it. Simple, simple. And then you can actually press the bumpers or R1. That way you don't have to go back and cycle through constantly. You also should see, so at the very beginning they have these lock nodes that you can get rid of later. So we have to go this way, but you can also kind of look at what abilities are further down the line and see what direction you want them to go at. Bio is like a poison ability that Lulu's gonna get, you know, so most likely Walk isn't gonna go here. But you can kind of check and see. Watch, like we kind of follow the line here. We can either go up or... Actually, we can't do that with the level lock. Eventually, though, we'll go this way and he'll be able to get like extractability, which is getting spheres, basically. It chooses which ones you get at the end of the fight, though. Aim. And you can kind of see ahead of time like what you're going to get or how long it's going to be to get a certain thing. Which is pretty nice.
Take your time.
Once you have hindsight and you know what happens in the game, this becomes so depressing, honestly.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Are you ready?
This entire game can be described as just bittersweet.
What's going on?
Depression. Disgrace.
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. Chapu didn't pray that day. Said he'd miss his boat. That should do it.
Also, too, you can literally just activate the sphere, and if you hear that noise, you can just back out. That actually heals your entire party, magic and all that good stuff. Kind of like a cage save point, but you actually have to activate it. You don't have to go into the save or anything. Are you guys ready to meet one of my favorite characters? Yeah. You know what's interesting during this scene? When he, like, tightens his fists, it looked like he's growing to me at first, like, right here. So when I was a kid, I actually thought he was, like, getting bigger. Yeah, like that. But no, he was just mad. Kamari, what you do that for? I think you can use cheer a total of 3 times for max benefit. I think. I want to see how quickly we can end it. Also, I think Kamari might have... What's it called? Stoic Overdrive, which means if we don't hit him, he doesn't get his overdrive up. He will use his overdrive on you. I mean, this fight really doesn't matter. We could just spam, but... Oh, I was wrong. Never mind. He gets it automatically, since it's an auto fight. I want to see if we can max this out and just see how this goes for fun. If you're playing, though, you can just literally spam the attack button, by the way, and you're perfectly fine. You don't have to do all this jazz. I'm just trying to have fun with it. I think we're good after that. Sir. 300, look at that. And you doing 35. Bring it, man. 600, let's go. You ain't got nothing. 74, come on, bring another 300. Overkill, hell yeah, that's what we want to see. Also, if you overkill in a fight, you get double the rewards. That includes, I'm actually going to pause because this is important. That includes there are specific boss fights that will give you, like, that can give you level lock spheres, like those things that are blocking our path in the spirit grid. You can get those during those fights early, and if you do an overkill, you can get, like, special ones, I guess, and you can possibly get double. So it's really important to overkill whenever you can. Which is basically, if your opponent has 5 health left and you do 10 damage or 20 damage, like a certain percentage more than what they have left, you get an overkill for it.
That's not what I meant.
It's another Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Come on. He has protected me since I was a child.
Kamari's awesome. Hey, we got Hunter Sword. Cool. Actually, don't know what the drops are on that. Because you only fight him once at the beginning, you know? I wonder if that's a overkill specific weapon on this fight. I'm actually curious. I should look that up. Or not look it up, but we should look into it. So this one's weird. I actually want to give advice on this one because this one took me forever to kind of go into. So select items. It automatically throws you into this section. So you got to press it back after you select items to go like through this. So click items, back. It doesn't like let you start here for whatever reason. Also, if you hit sort, you can do auto, and then it'll auto flip everything around to like a specific thing. So if you kind of can move around yourself, but if you prefer their way, it just makes it easier. Then, same thing, hit auto here. So it's also going to be done when you do that by item type. So like all the swords in the beginning are Tidus's weapons, the bucklers, Tidus's armor, pretty much. These are Yuna's stabs and so on. So we got Brotherhood. Hunter Sword, so we get Sensor, but I'd rather have the 5% strength personally. So. Oh, wait, actually from the first one, that's right, from the first tavern we went into, we actually got a new staff for Yuna from the Destruction Sphere, which is actually huge. You get Sensor and Magic plus 8%, so. Let's actually equip her with that. Heck yeah. I'm gonna check my audio real quick.
That's your department, right?
True, but, why don't we let our summoner show us what she's made of? Your first real battle. Let's see some style.
Heck yeah.
Show us what your training is.
Now we get to the cool stuff.
Okay.
Velfor, let's go! I freaking love these, dude. This is one of the most fun parts of the game, honestly. The Aeons are so sick, and I love how big of a part of the game they are, too. So, with this one too, another little tutorial. If you look on the top right, that actually shows the turns and who gets what turn and so on and so forth. So you can hold RT, which is right trigger, or R2. If you look, it's just alternating between both of us. However, depending on what attacks you have, actually affect the turn rate. So if I did a move that increases my speed, for example, you'll actually see it reflected there. So he has basic magic spells. He has a normal attack, which doesn't change anything. Sonic Wings on the top left, damages enemy and delays its turn. So if you watch, as soon as I click it, look on the top right. So it doesn't affect this next turn, he stays. But if you notice the next one, we get 2 attacks. And what's cool is that it stacks. So, potentially, depending on the stats or the enemy that you're fighting, if we just spam Sonic Wings, even though it does less damage than the attack button, we can get to a point where he can almost never attack us. So, and 14 health, if you watch this, or 1400. He gets 1 turn. Now look, we get 2 attacks, so check this. Delays a further turn, and then watch me do it again. Ooh, look at that, now we get 2. And now we go again. And now we go again. Turn-based strategy is so fun, isn't it? Then we have another turn. Wow. Look at him. What is it? Already down to 500 HP. It's like, can I go yet? Hey, he finally got a move. And we got like, what, 30 turns? And it's gonna get even crazier when we get like haste and slow, which are gonna be spells that Tidus ends up getting. And we can use and abuse. Just like this. Nice. There's no advanced strategy in this area, to be honest, though. There are things that you can do if you want to, but you don't need to.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this one to me, huh? Say goodnight, Birdie.
And now they're teaching us too. So inflicting status effects. So darkness basically makes it to where they can't hit us. Or at least they're very unlikely to if it actually affects them. Nice. Waka's very good at inflicting status effects, as you guys will see. Okay, so she starts off with that. It's been a minute since I played as Yuna. Let's go on to swap them out. Now, cheer doesn't affect magic attack, by the way, so this isn't going to do jack for Lulu, but... Hell yeah. Let's see. Oh, you hit him. Nice. The reason why I was surprised is because Tidus doesn't have necessarily enough agility, so there are a lot of times in these situations where he won't miss anything that's flying. Heck yeah. And you can farm overdrive stuff here too, but it's a lot more efficient, a lot better if you do it in the beginning of the game, like I was mentioning before. And I do love the tutorial they have in this game because it kind of mixes everything up. Making sure that you're hitting the right targets. Moith. It's so gross, he has a freaking brain in his belly, what the hell. Nice, nice. Dude, this is so peaceful, honestly. Hero. Let me talk to you. I do recommend talking to people, not only to kind of get a fun sense of the world, but they often give you potions and stuff too for free, which is pretty nice. I knew this time would come someday. I knew. May Evan's blessings be with her summoner here under Pickle Mitch. Here, a gift from the temple to sanctify her departure. Hell yeah. Wait, I want stuff. Sir? Sir? Excuse you? I can't talk to him, actually. Oh, you actually can't talk to this one. That's weird. What about you? I won't cry. I won't yaw. That's a fancy one. See the little hand flare she got going on. It is extra sad though. If you know, you know. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything, just in case. No, yeah, I actually love this scene. Bro has no respect.
Come to think of it, I haven't told you where we're going. First to Kilika Island, then we change boats and head for Luca. Before that, though, Yuna's gotta pray at the temple. I'll be guarding. We'll be praying for the Aurochs' victory, too. So you come along, yeah?
Great plan.
Hey, it is a great plan.
Don't look at me.
We'll be praying for the Aurochs' victory, too.
What about you?
I don't know who you are or where you came from.
Let's go check out the rest of the boot. There's actually some missable dialogue on a few of these trips, by the way. So you definitely want to check everywhere when you do this. As well as, some primers. He's like, yeah, right after what you did last time? Mm-mm. Oh, we're gonna meet O'aka?
Oh, those fascinating clothes you're wearing. Yeah, filthy, filthy. These won't sell. All me name's not O'aka.
I'll excuse you.
Don't look like you got much money either. I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Who do you think you are?
O'aka the 23rd, merchant extraordinaire.
O'aka the who?
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
He may come off as a douche, but he's actually a decent dude.
But someday, the name O'aka will be spoken all over Spira. Say, lad, you wouldn't have a bit of gill to lend?
I actually highly recommend. I don't remember what the numbers are, but if you give him a certain number of gil, whatever, it actually helps with permanently lowering his prices later. So it's actually really, really good.
I guess it pays to ask, thank ye kindly. Fine seed money for the O'aka merchant empire.
Let's see. And then we can actually go downstairs too. Check about all the chocobo power.
What the heck is that?
What the heck is what?
What is this place?
The power room, like it says on the door?
Yeah, but why the big birds?
What's so strange about chocobo power?
Chocobos? Those are chocobos?
What? You've never seen a chocobo? What kind of backwater island did you come from, anyway?
Poor guy.
Miracles and oddities were starting to become daily routine on this trip.
La 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 la.
Pick up some fresh stuff over her. Hey, what up, my guy? He seems real sick, y'all. I'm hiding over here because I'm gonna get sick too if I keep watching him. That's fair. I would leave the room. Not gonna lie. Oh, by the way, you guys see the suitcase? Kick it. Yeah. You guys thought I was joking, huh? I'm not. Take that. Oh, I've gotten seasick. I think I'm gonna hurl. Don't tell me that. What's up, guys?
I'm not at liberty to talk about our plan.
Restricted area. Our operation depends on this cargo.
Okay. Before we go talk to her, we can actually go up here too. Last place, Captain's Quarters. What's up? We'll arrive in Killicup before nightfall. Go on, take a nap or something. What about you? Oh, what a great day. The breeze must feel wonderful. Nothing crazy. And one of these, though, is a Albet primer. I guess I'm thinking of the next trip, because there are two different, like, boat rides that you kind of go on. Come on, are you going to talk to us yet? Are you going to talk to us, buddy? You can't even try to talk to him yet. There's a point later where you can try to talk to him, and he just goes, But apparently we haven't even gotten to that stage yet. It's so sad.
Word is that summoner's got noble blood. I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter.
It's Lord
Don't
Brosco,
say.
sir. Get
Lord
it right.
Braska's daughter?
See?
So, is Yuna's father famous or something?
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great
Actually,
legacy.
It's tough.
I was talking about starting over earlier, but it seems like a slow night,
Walker's
sadly.
lack
So I might actually go
in the
ahead.
imagination department.
Sad face. I might actually just start over.
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
I think now might be the time too if we're actually running slow, you know? This might actually be the best time to do that. So, with that being the case, I'm actually gonna get that set up and ready to go. Bob. Yeah, I actually think that would be best. Especially while we're waiting on peeps. Should be a safe sphere down here that I can use to go back to the main menu. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I actually just gotta... I don't think the thingamajigger works on here. So what I'll do... There we go. So let's get to it. We're just gonna go ahead and commit to it, guys. Let me go ahead and make sure this is set up. We're still gonna do standard.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Bucky. Bucky showed up right now. Oh my gosh. How's it going, man? What you up to? So, what I was kind of mentioning, and what I was talking about doing, at the beginning of this video I was mentioning, if people were cool with it, I think it would actually be better to start over and do the guide that I was mentioning. Instead of just saying, like, here, do this, you know, and then not doing it. If I actually did do it, you guys would be able to see the benefits of it later. We would have to kind of sit through me, obviously, you know, killing everything, and it might take a bit longer, but I think it would be worth it personally. We were kind of doing a slow stream though, so I didn't know if anybody was going to show up. So I'm like, you know what? Let's save time. You know, if it's kind of slow, and I think we'll go ahead and start over and do it. So I did reset, yeah. So hopefully you're cool with this and understand the idea behind it. But this is why, that's why I am. So when we get to the Orin Tidus part, we're going to actually do what I mentioned doing. So we're going to actually knock both of them out, and we're actually going to get Slayer and Loner.
Can I have your autograph? Of course.
Good luck tonight.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal,
Sorry guys, 1 second.
I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
Ace block in the front row. Fifth from the right.
Got it. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jecht's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that, guys. Actually, there's a property I'm checking out, or trying to check out for tomorrow, so I actually got a call about that. I had to kind of deal with that, so sorry about that bit of an interruption. That one's kind of a time-sensitive thing, but we are good now. I always like to talk to all those people. I could have sworn there was one that gives you like a potion or something in the beginning.
Make way, make way. Coming through. Hey,
Tidus is so popular.
Hey, let go of me.
I like how he does that when there's nobody in front of him. Come on, man. I love this scene. We gotta turn down the lights for this one for sure. Freaking love this one. Hell yeah. Cool. Dude, this one and the Luca scene is sick. I freaking love it, honestly. Dude, I want this to be a real sport in real life so badly, honestly. It's unrealistic how long you'd have to, like, hold your breath, but still, come on. Come on. We would eventually get people good enough, right? Oh, that would be so insane. If you don't have the room dark, so you can just fully enjoy the scene, you're not doing it right. There we go. Restart or not, dude. I freaking love the opening cutscene. Man, I played these games a million times over, but I can't help it. Every game I play, you're gonna see me go check every corner for chests. Especially out of sight. So our first bit is actually going to come up here pretty shortly. It is going to be the same as what I told you guys last time, but we're actually going to commit and do it this time. And it's to get the overdrive modes early, which you can do in this fight because you can get infinite spawns, basically. We're not going to get crazy experience for it, but you're going to be able to get the overdrive modes Loner and Slayer, which are two of the most important ones in the game, and the best ones for sure. An overdrive mode is basically how you gain your overdrive meter to be able to use it. Everyone's default is Stoic, which basically means every time you take damage, you gain a little bit.
What the? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Mira. Yeah, that real estate guy was really rude and really annoying. I've got meetings like all morning tomorrow, and I have a meeting with my trainer at the gym. So like the earliest I'm available is like 2 p.m. and I kid you not, the dude's like, "Oh, so can we call right now?" It's like, "No, I'm kind of in the middle of something." "Oh, okay, well then how about tomorrow at 11? I'm like, "I've got appointments until the time I gave you guys. I can't do that." And he's like, "Oh, okay, well they're gonna call now, okay?" And I'm like, "No, that's not okay." And he's like, "All right, so tomorrow at 11 then." I'm like, "Bro, I swear." I was gonna lose it with this dude. You looking for a new place? No, I'm looking for investments, actually. So we're either gonna, depending on what it is and how good it is, either wholesaling, or I could purchase it and then like rent it out, or Airbnb or whatever.
I hope you know how to use it.
Looking for that cash flow. Which, if anybody's interested by this conversation, biggest recommendation right now I'm gonna give y'all is a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. Best foundational for sure, like hands down. So all this stuff, just attack as usual. We're not doing anything different. It's gonna be when we're surrounded, when we're gonna start farming for the overdrive modes. Did you see his head turn there? Bucky, did you catch that at the time? It went... Like, there was no transition in between it. Okay, so I did say this the first time we played this, but I'm gonna mention again since we're actually gonna do it this time. We're gonna take out Orin, which basically if you press down instead of left or right, you can change who you're attacking. So like left and right goes through all the enemies, and then if you press down and then left and right, you can go through your teammates pretty much. We're gonna do one character at a time pretty much. So we want to get, we're doing Tidus first. We want to get Tidus alone. That way we can get the overdrive loner, and then we're going to be farming these guys so that we can get Slayer. There we go. Now for Tidus, he takes 100 kills to get both. And you want to attack this guy in the back left corner. Because killing the ones in the front is how you progress. So if you click it and then you press left on the D-pad, that's going to be the quickest way to do this. I have Rich Dad Poor Dad book. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. That one, there's actually a podcast. I forget the name of it, but I was watching for a while, and I want to go back and listen to it too. I think it's Bigger Pockets. That's what it's called. The Bigger Pockets podcast. And they go through, they talk to people in real life situations and cover all these different things pretty much. It has so much good information. I highly recommend going on there, sorting from like the oldest to the newest and just going through all of them. You get so much information. And again, it's real life people. They come in, they ask for advice, or they talk about what they've gone through, right? Not just somebody giving, you know, their perspective of what to do. They're like, this is what I'm currently going through. What do you want me to do? So a lot of it can be very practical, but I highly recommend them. I need to actually, I've got like a routine I do daily, and among my routine, I have like an audio Bible that I listen to. I have like a language app, Pimsleur if you're interested, that I do. And then I have Audible. And right now, actually, I just finished going through Rich Dad Poor Dad again, I think for the 3rd time. And right now I have my buddy who's actually really, really good at all this stuff. He's very successful with all this stuff. He recommended me a book that I'm listening to at the moment. Let me actually, I'm going to pull up Audible so I can actually tell you all the name. It's called Die With Zero, I think. I want to make sure. Yeah, Die With Zero. And it's more of, that one's more of a perspective book than anything so far. But it is really good. But you definitely got to try to make sure you understand what he's saying instead of just taking like the first sentence. You know what I mean? Like just the shallow end of it, I guess, or front of it, you know? But yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I brought up Bigger Pockets too. Pretty much every time they do that, at the end of it, they ask them what their favorite book is for investing, and then what their favorite book in general is, you know? And almost everyone, there's some ones that differ, but almost everybody recommends Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. They're like, that was my foundational book. Like, they're like, I know everybody says it, but it really is really good. So good about teaching you how to spend your money, how to view it in a better light, you know what I mean? How to progress forward rather than backwards, you know what I mean? And actually be intentional with what you're doing. It's also good to open your mind too, because something that I hate, so even though there absolutely are rich people who, you know, do horrible things and blah 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 and have too much money and spend it on stupid stuff, I personally hate the whole the rich people are evil kind of crap. I grew up in a lower middle class home too, but there were periods of times where we ate water and bread, you know what I mean? Like we didn't have enough to eat type of thing, right? So like I didn't grow up in the best of situations, but I still think that thinking all of the rich are evil is stupid. And it keeps us in a victim mindset. Even if they were right, even if all the rich people were, I think the better mindset would be and should be, how can I do better? Is it available for me to better my circumstances, my situation? How can I learn, right? A good example was like with taxes. Oh, if we raise taxes, they'll pay more. No, they won't. Because the people who make it rich, whether they're the good ones or the bad ones, they put in the effort to learn the tax system. They put in the effort to build businesses to actually learn, whereas myself included, a lot of us don't, right? We don't put in that effort. So it ends up trickling down and affecting us more than them, right? So I think the best option, really, that a lot of people don't want to do is self-work. How can I be better? Where am I messing up? How can I start spending money better? You know what I mean? What can I do to change myself, right? You know? And I think viewing things in that lens is the best way to go about it. You know what I mean? That's how I always try to be, at the very least, you know? So on Tidus's, to get Slayer, we should get Loner at 30, I think, if I remember correctly. And then Slayer's going to be at 100, so this will take a little bit. But Orin's is at 80 kills, so even though Orin's, it's going to be a lot more afterwards too, it's going to be a good bit less at least, so not nearly as bad, you know? And this does seem tedious, but getting Slayer this early and getting Loner this early is super beneficial. So I do highly recommend this. It's also a very simple thing that you can just kind of do while watching something or doing something else, you know? And it sets you up so well for the rest of the game. I'll recommend it again. It's called Final Fantasy X OP Guide. I think his name is like Dark Phoenix or something. And the dude's guide is honestly my favorite that I've seen on Final Fantasy X. I always use it. It makes the game so much fun, honestly, kind of going through and doing it. Even though you would think, like, oh, playing by myself would be more fun. And if it is your first time playing it, I would recommend just playing it as it is and don't look anything up, obviously. But if you've played it before, you know the story, you know, and you've gone through it. Even if it's just your second time, I do recommend doing this, like his guide, fully. Because it's freaking awesome. And get this, by the way, he loves Blitzball. Now, like I said earlier, I want it to be a real life sport. I think it's badass and so cool. I think the way they put it in the game, and I think most people agree with me on this, we hate it. It's not fun, you know what I mean, all that good stuff. But watching his guide really not only made me enjoy it a lot more and actually gave me a much bigger appreciation for it, but he also loves the game, but also has a strat for the quickest and the easiest way to do the matches to make sure Wakka can get his ultimate weapon the quickest. And by the quickest, I mean, do you want to play like 20 matches of Blitzball or 30 and get his weapon, or do you want to play like 10? You know what I mean? Like, those numbers aren't right, but if you follow like his strat for it, it's literally so much quicker than you would have to do it normally. Like, there's so many pitfalls that you can like mess yourself up for later, and you know, really just cause a lot of issues for it. So his guide is just super helpful. It's so good. After we hit Loner, I'll start counting in my head. That way we can kind of keep our practice going. Maybe I'll throw like a message in there. We can start going by 10s. Have little check marks. Yeah, Bookie, though. How's your day going, man? How's your night going? Hey, Loner, let's go! That leaves 70 more. That should be 5. Eight. 9. We'll do it by 20s. 10. Just move the goalpost. Really what I do to make these type of things pass by faster whenever you do them in games, you know? Do them in chunks and have like little mini goals in your head really helps keep the sanity. Makes it a lot easier, you know? There's 14. That should be 16, question mark? $17. I also love the design of the bugs too. They're actually synth scales. And you can actually really see that on their wings. It's actually really cool. 19. After this next one, only 50 left. Let's go. See, we're halfway there for Tidus already. I know we got Auron afterwards, but come on. Like, that's not going to be too bad. Plus, that one is going to go by faster as well. So, that was 2, I think. There's 4. Five. 6. 7. At least the music's really epic, right? I freaking love the music in this game so much, man. 9. 10, nice. Another 10 to get to 20. Two. 3. I feel like I'm that owl with the lollipop. A 1, a 2, a 3. That's 4, I think. Either 4 or 5, but I always like to under guess it. That way we get it earlier and we're like, oh, look at that, we're done. So we're at 5. There's 6. If we do get games, by the way, where you can like farm like crazy, I won't do something, you know, stupid. Like think Kingdom Hearts 1 and Traverse Town. I won't like try to get to level 99 with the shadows there before the first boss. You know what I mean? I think that's, unless your goal is to get to 100, you know. He got it. Let's go. But unless that's your goal, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, do something like that. But something like this or whatever, where it has like a lot of value to it, I ain't gonna sweat it. Okay. Oh, you know what it was, guys? My bad. No. Daredevil's a lot more than that. So it was 100. Okay. I don't know then. Who cares? We got it, so we don't care. We're taking it. Now we take out Tidus. And we're gonna do the same with him, pretty much. Same with Auron. Tidus is too fast for his own hands. One day. Bro, stop missing. There we go. Come on, one more. Dang, Orin. Tidus, it's for your own good. It's for your own good. Thank you. We just had to convince him. Alright, Orin, your turn. That was awesome. That was so much faster than I was expecting it, honestly. I think maybe for the remix, or the remake, or whatever, they might have shortened the numbers. Ooh, overkill. Hell yeah. I think this is 6. Seven. 8. 9. 10. Man, this just turned into a me counting episode. Do you guys like weird ASMR videos? 12. 13. 14. Yeah, probably not. There's 15. Oh, 16. 17. Almost at the 20 mark already. Heck yeah. 18. 19. Mizu. 21. 22. 23. You wanna give me Slayer early like you did with Tidus and surprise us? So we can move on with our lives. We're doing pretty good. We're at 25 already. There's 26. 27. That's 28. Wookie says, sorry Vay, I'm doing good tonight, just applying to some more jobs because things are getting financially tight. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I hope you get something good. Is there anything specific that you're applying for? I don't know, like, what career field you're in. Didn't you say you were a bartender, I think? Right? The last time we were talking? I think so. It was 31, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what you said you did. 32. Is there anything cool you'd like to do? Third of 3. Loner, hell yeah. Okay. Now we just need Slayer. We're getting close, guys. There's 34. Third of 5. Don't worry, after this too, we can go all the way like to the fish, like to the water fight in the next area, so. 38. 39. Hell yeah. And 40. We're halfway there, guys. Let's go. Technically 3/4 of the way if you count Titus, whatever. So 40 left, so that's 1. There's 2. Yeah, and everybody definitely pray for Bucky too, that he finds something good. I know the job market's really rough right now. I've actually got a lot of family members looking for work and struggling to find anything good at the moment. Just because of how the world's going, you know. 3, I think? He says, yeah, but I don't live in like a big city, so it's hit or miss with me bartending. I'm really applying just for about anything, to be honest. Yeah, I definitely get that. Like I was just saying too, I have a lot of family members that are very much the same spot. A few of them actually also live in a very small town, so they kind of have the same issues. There's like no work out there, you know. That's kind of a give and take. You could probably find, you know, places for cheaper and this, that, whatever, but at the same time it's also like the job market is also going to be a lot more lacking. I'm just going to guess 8. I think we're at. There's 9. And with that being said, too, us talking about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you still need supplemental income until you can build your cash flow up with passive income, you know? So even following all that stuff perfectly, you still need a main job until you can transition out of it, you know? So it doesn't take away that need until, you know, you build up. And even after you get your first couple streams of cash flow, to be honest, you kind of want to keep that first job to kind of help fund and build that thing until it kind of grows enough to justify doing by itself, you know? There's 14. $15. $16. $17. $18. Heck yeah. After this, only another 20, guys. We're getting really close, actually. 19. And 20. Excuse me. Alright, last 20, let's go. But the way I kind of shortcut things to make things quicker and easier in my mind, once they get smaller, I start grouping smaller as well. So we're going to do it in groups of 5. So we got to get 5 4 times. 3. 2 more. 4. And it'll actually technically be quicker because we did kill things earlier, so. 5. Now 3 more sets of 5. 1. 2. Y 3. There's 4. And a 5-er. Now we only got 10 left, heck yeah. Most likely only 7 left, because I know we killed a couple ones earlier. Or maybe-ish, right? So, there's 2. I'm still saying 2 out of 10. Just in case, though, you know. 3. 4. 1 more and we're on the last set of 5. And then we should be done. 5. 4 more at the most, quote unquote. Unless the game's dumb. So we'll see. 2, so 3 more. So we should get it in the next couple kills. Emphasis on should. Yeah, there we go. Alright, TDs, get your lazy butt up. We're done, buddy. It's time for us to leave. Alright, son, it's time for us to go. And what's nice too, that big one only knows the spell Demi. Demi only takes a quarter of the enemy's health, basically. Which means that it can never kill you. So, this is so wonky on Xbox, by the way. I still did it, but it's so wonky. It doesn't feel right. I'm actually going to wait so that we can try to get his overdrive, hopefully. Basically what I'm doing, because by default, even though we got the other overdrives modes, we can't switch it until the next area, right? So now with Tidus, whenever we get to him, we can actually use his overdrive, and Tidus actually gains a new overdrive every 10 times, pretty much. Well, it's not every 10 times, but the first one he gains it by using his overdrive, right? So we want to use it as much as possible to unlock his new modes. Oh my gosh. I suck on the Xbox one, on the PC one, timing it, but it's okay. We can actually do it significantly faster in the next area, so I'm not going to keep doing this to try to get it up, especially because Stoic, it gives you so little, honestly. So we're not even going to worry about it. But we did at least want to get 1 in here, so we only need 9 more to get the next one. So 30, 1030, and 80. Heck yeah. Now, we should actually be able to... Oh, we can't actually enter the menu right now, so we can't change the stuffs until the next area, sadly. We're gonna save over the other one because we didn't get very far, so it's okay. This is the better save anyway.
What are you laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here.
We aren't expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
We're surrounded. I guess we can't attack it yet.
This could be bad. That, not
What?
trust me, you'll see.
Nice, nice, almost there. Heck yeah. That's right, that's right.
Go.
Run! I love the scene too, it's so cool.
You are sure? This is it.
Dude, look at the HD too. This was a PS2 game, by the way, originally. Like, think of that. Oh, that looks so sick, man. I love this. And here we go again.
Hey.
Hey, you.
My old man?
Papa? And down we go. What up, Jack?
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
Isolation will do that to you, man.
Anybody there? Aaron!
Ron. Or I guess AU Ron. Oh. Let's go. First thing I want to do is go here, go to overdrives. When you back out, you can go to view, go to set mode, and this is the spoils of our labor. So you see this is when they take damage, this is when the character fights alone, this is when you kill an enemy. So Slayer does, I think, 20% of your gauge, which means 5 times will fill it, and Loner does 16%. Loner, however, you don't have to kill things, which is very, very beneficial. So we're going to be using the Loner overdrive mode for now, since we're already alone. And we'll be able to get a few overdrives off pretty early, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be very good too, considering the fact that we need 9 more uses to get his next overdrive. And then if we wanted to get the next one after that, it's going to be 30 uses. And then after that is 80. We're not going to do the 80, but we'll definitely do the first one. We at least want to get Slice and Dice, so that's our main goal. So right now we have Spiral Cut. And then Slice and Dice is going to be our main goal. Now, before we get to, before we fight the main boss with Riku later. That fish boss. Not the one we're about to see, though. The other one. Don't tell me it doesn't sound like that. And get a little quick save going. Look at that, we're only 50 minutes in and we were able to get all that farming done. Hell yeah, that's not that bad at all. Now, before you go forward so you don't get the cutscene, let's go ahead and come up this way and we can grab this chest. Not a big deal. But if you miss it, you ain't getting it until like endgame. Like end game. If I said it before, I'll say it again, dude. My anxiety, like, I'm imagining that rubble, like, falling on you and trying to dodge it. While in water, specifically. Ugh. The save point, we can see it. And we're going to showcase Loner here in a second. So here the big thing is going to be, it's every turn you fight alone, you gain it, right? So you want turns to pass, and because we want to use it on each of these enemies, well, you can only do it on the first 2, y'all know why. But what we're gonna do is you can do a few things. If you press right, you can actually click on weapon, and you can switch your weapon out, which is the quickest, technically speaking, but we don't have a second weapon yet. You can do the same with armor. The other thing is if you press Y, triangle if you're on PlayStation, you'll guard, and that passes up a turn. So we don't actually want to kill them. Now watch, when it goes back to our turn, look how much we get. So just keep pressing Y. Guarding also makes it to where they all do significantly less damage, so that actually helps us a lot. We're getting our overdrive up. Look at that, one more time. One more turn, and we already got 1. Yeah. This is going to be use number 2. Damn it, I always do it too early. Hell yeah. Again, Overkill gives you double XP and double items for the rewards. If they have specific items for it, so. So we can actually count now 2, so that's 2. Actually, if we just do quick math, we know with a 16%, right? 2 is 32. 32 times 3 obviously is just short of 100. So that means 7 times total. See, at 6 times we barely haven't reached it, so 7 turns and we get it. Very nice. There we go. Oh, you're gonna get nommed. You're gonna get nommed. And he doesn't even know it. Just to see if I can get a spiral cut off on this guy too, just to get an extra one in, I'll guard repeatedly while he attacks us, just to see. The whole point of getting Loner, though, is that you get your overdrive up super quickly, so it's going to be very quick, you know, regardless. But if he does too much damage, it'll initiate the next cutscene regardless, so no matter what, this is going to go by pretty fast. Which is pretty good. We already got 3, though. We only need 7 more. Let's see how much. 183 after we guarded. Holy crap. There we go. Damn, man. That's okay. I think it only does like half health. Yeah, it does cutscene already. But we got our overdrive almost full, so next fight we do, we're already going to be pretty close. Which, the spider thing that we fight in there, here in a little bit, we'll just use it on him. Dude, fish, where are your organs? That'd be weird. It would be to have like a little cage like that for a belly. Like, how do you digest your food, man?
Made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer.
You could say that.
I thought I was gonna die in this place.
Seriously. Imagine being abandoned. And this place of all places, like, jeez. Oof, it's cold. Cold? Yeah, same. I mean, I know you probably have a lot more to complain about than me, but...
Fire.
Not my quest stuff. Real momento. Mi amigos. There we go. I got one of the comfiest blankets to exist right here. Like, I kid you not, whenever I have buddies come over, any friends, if I'm gonna be honest with you, a girl I was dating about a year ago too, they always steal this. It's not fair. It's like the first thing they ask about. I'm like, I might want a 2-man, damn. Who says you can't work, you can't stream while cozy? I'm comfortable. Brass stuff to burn? Damn. That's where they explode from. If you know, you know. You'll find out in a second. A lot of the farming stuff, by the way, excuse me, a lot of the farming stuff happens early. There's stuff we do later, but it's significantly less monotonous. Don't get me wrong, endgame is going to be very monotonous, but fun. Especially, it's going to be really cool to see all the setup payoff. Like with the Don Tomberry method, if y'all don't know what that is, you are in for something. Oh my gosh, when we finally get to that is a very endgame thing, but if you want to see Yuna smack something with her staff and deal like infinity damage and just one-shot things, be ready. It's so funny, it's so great though. Hey, savey save. And now we're full health. Don't even have to use a potion. I pressed B to examine, thank you. I'm like, I pressed the button. Mm-hmm. It's so funny how whiny he is, though. Need food. Which he's lucky about. You're either whining in an annoying way or whining in a funny way. There's no in between.
I need food.
Oh, guys, can I pause? I can't pause, no. The writing on there, if you actually translate the Al-Bhed, the writing on the floor says a bunch of different things. Like, it actually mentions Seymour, the plot twist that happens later. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil, but it mentions stuff about Seymour and him writing stuff there, which hinted about his past. Because we all know, like, Seymour actually was abandoned here by, like, his mother at one point. Again, I'm going to try to be vague, that way we don't spoil, but that's actually his writings that really kind of showcased where his mindset was at the time, and, like, all these different things from happening. Like, really foreshadowed a lot of it. Which is really crazy. There's some stuff in this game that they haven't been able to translate that doesn't really come out to anything, but yeah, see those red marks on the ground everywhere? I thought that was so crazy when I learned that.
Wait! Don't go out on me!
Please, I need warmth.
Just hold on. I'll get more wood.
I like how he's arguing with it. As if it'll make a deal. Hey, boss enemy that's gonna be a regular enemy later. You ready to help me farm my overdrives?
Give me a break!
Wait. Yeah, we're just gonna keep guarding. Ooh, nice dodge. Overdrive number 4. Yeah. That's what I like to see. Flippity flip. 400, we take those. Nice little guard. One more. Yeah. 5. Look how quick you get these guys. Look at this. We're already halfway to getting our next overdrive. The only thing that sucks is with Rika joining our party in a second, we're not going to be able to get overdrives, but I'll have her steal from the guy, and then with Tidus, we're just going to knock her out or try to have her escape after we do the forced stuff with it, if it lets us, and then we'll do the same thing. And if not, we'll just kill it, because we can still do the last 5 needed after this. I don't know about y'all, but I always hated that mask, honestly.
You on my side?
Cool. Pop. Very nice. Alright, can she can't escape. So what I'm going to do is with her, I'm going to have her steal items for later. And then I'll have... Nope! Damn it, I didn't mean to attack himself. Alright, we're just going to keep stealing from him. Stock up on grenades, and then we're going to have Tidus take her out. We might heal Tidus first. Actually, let's... Yeah. Last thing I want is for Tidus to take her out and then him one-shot me. Nice, there we go. Okay, there we go. See, he's doing 50 when we guard, so... much better. And then we'll just do another potion just to be safe. Nice. Number 6. We're getting better. We're getting better. And he missed. Hell yeah. Sorry, Riku. You know we love you. But I need Stataz. I need to get my Stataz up. Oh. There we go. Nice. That should be 7. We'll do one more. Then we'll do a potion. Remember, we can get infinite potions in the next section anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Obviously, we're not going to use a ton of them. Like, we're not just going to be super wasteful, but... we can farm infinite potions here in a bit. Nice. Nice dodge. One more. Sweet. Damn it. I don't know what's so different, so weird with my Xbox controller on PC. So much easier with the PlayStation 1. What up, Riku? Dramatic unveiling.
That was close. Hey, let me go.
He said, what is it? He said, a fiend, we need to take it out. We kill it? Stop. And we could do a replay of the game once we're done with it too, and actually upload our Sphere or Albet primers later. Kuno, sorry. And then we'll be able to actually read this as we play the game and have it translated, which I think will be cool. We'll do like Final Fantasy playthrough, Fluent and Albet or something like that. That's a way to wake up.
Kid, good die job.
Hey, that hurts.
Musujek, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Don't forget that primer in the corner there, by the way. It is missable. I thought this was so weird. It's like, brother, what the hell are the sounds you're making, my guy?
I said I don't understand.
Brother is his actual name, by the way, that we call him by later, and intend to.
You can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
But first... What's up, brother? Okay. Hey, we got our free potions. And you get 3 at a time, so really if you wanted to be crazy, which, you know what, why not? Free money early, right? We can actually sell that for crazy money. Well, not crazy money, but... good bit I can show y'all.
Oh, almost forgot.
I hate this tutorial, it takes so long and we can't skip it, Blah bitty blah bitty blah bitty blah. Doop doop doo, tutorial blah blah. We're still going, guys. There we go, finally. Get a quick save in.
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us. It's not active now, but there should still be some power left.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Big prize that'll come in late game.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
Roger, roger. Now here we're gonna actually farm in order to get his next overdrive just a little bit. But what we can do as soon as we get here, return to the ship, and we're actually gonna farm some potions for a little bit. And just talk to him. What? I think you gotta do it one more time. Or do you need to dive first? I think you might need to dive first, might be.
We'll go as soon as you're...
Yeah, I was right. You need to dive first. And go to the next area and then come back. There we go.
We'll go as soon as you're ready.
There we go.
We'll go as soon as you're ready.
Cool,
We'll go
cool.
as soon as you're ready.
I think we're set up for a little bit. Heck yeah. Bob. Go back to you. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and see how many we got set up. 19? Okay, that's more than enough. I mean, you don't really need to farm a ton of this, but it is what it is. Alright, let's go. And we're still having it with Loner, so what we're going to do here is we can have Riku, whenever we get in fights here, just escape, and then basically accomplish the same diff. Just without having to take her out every single fight, you know? Now, before the next boss fight here, you need to get Slice and Dice. So press right, and then you can go down to escape. And now we got Tidus alone again. We should only need 3 more overdrives at the most, I think. One more. Nice. Hey, we got it. Look at that. And then for Slice and Dice, you have to use that 30 times to get the next one. Which we're not going to worry about getting here. I mean, in any force fights, we'll go ahead and do it anyway. There we go. Get a little savey save in. I like. Go ahead and kick it. Punch it. That's how you make electronics work. Proof that hitting things always works. Now for this fight, this boss has 2200 health. We want to overkill it. So we want to keep track of the HP. We're going to be using basically all of Riku's bombs for it. Let me see. 4 or 5 bombs, so really we don't want to use any here if we don't have to. We just want to take him out quick. Like, I could, you know, obviously farm and do more of the overdrives, but we're not... We got Slice and Dice, so even though we want to get the later ones, we'll worry about that a little bit later, when it's a better time to. Nice. Oh, let him float back up. There we go. Slam, slam, slam. I do think it's cool that you set this up this early. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. If not, I'm not gonna spoil, but this affects something later. Which is super cool. And probably one of my favorite parts, honestly. So, right now, in the next fight, we're going to want to use her bombs. So, you can use her bombs to get him low, and then have her escape, and then use Loner. I'm going to switch him back to Stoic. Just that way, while she's using that and the guy's attacking us, you know what I mean? We can get it up while we're doing it instead, you know? Now, I'm going to keep track of his health, too. Because we need to overkill him for this one. Oops. There we go. So 2200. So we're gonna go ahead and use Riku's grenades. Does a ton, so that's 359. 359. You want to get them low, and then we want to use Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice does a ton of hits. And that'll make it very easy for us. Alright, let's see. To get the overkill in. So that's minus 137. We want to make sure we don't accidentally kill him. 347, nice. Okay. Keep him from smacking me again. Oh, we might have... Actually, it might have been better to stay on Loner. Because he doesn't do enough damage. You know what I mean? Like, at all. Damn. That's going to actually make this take a bit longer. My bad, guys. That's my fault. 329 minus 329. Alright, 126 minus 126. $362. I think one more bomb should do it. So minus 329. Okay. Alright, so now we want him to focus on just damaging Tidus. So we're probably going to have her take herself out, if we can. There we go. No way that's all the damage you do. Ain't no way. I don't want to have to restart. Please, no. Come on. There we go. Weapon swap. Actually, weapon swap's probably going to... Crap. I don't want to have to restart the fight, guys, but we might. There is a save point right beforehand. Okay. Armor's a little bit slower than weapon swap, so we might be able to get less. No, yeah. I'm gonna restart the fight and just put Loner back on. I'm sorry, guys. That's me being very stupid. So you want to keep Loner on. The issue isn't necessarily that my logic was off. The problem is he doesn't do crap for damage with his normal attacks. And it would have taken way too freaking long. Because you need your overdrive up. So yeah, we're going to switch it back to Loner, and then we're going to be good. And it's going to be very easy. That is on me. Same, same. Same, same. Okay. So, overdrive, we're going to make sure we're good. Loner is still set, and we're fine. So. And we can actually circumvent the whole issue, too, by having Riku leave in the first fish fight. And then we can just guard repeatedly. We can save the overdrive up. And we do have it unlocked. Yeah, we got it unlocked outside of it. Oh, I forgot to switch it, too. Okay, actually. No, it's an option. I'm stupid. You don't have to switch that. I'm stupid. But we do have it unlocked, so we're fine. So... this one, we're actually going to have her steal a couple grenades. If she has 5 grenades, then we're perfectly fine. So we're at... oh, we're at 5. Okay, perfect. Alright, she can't escape this fight, actually. Shoot. Well, damn. Alright, let's take her out. Nice. You could have done a little more. There you go. I was like, you couldn't just take her out? There we go. Believe it or not, this is still significantly faster than having Stoic with these guys attacking this constantly. Like, that's how much better Loner and Slayer are. There we go. Alright, now we're going to keep that. We'll go ahead and press her. I'd be so annoyed if they just killed her again. I'd be so doomed. Alright, here we go. So that is 200. That's most of her HP, so... We'll actually have her steal again. And then I'll have Titus attack them, because then she can... Oh, damn. Alright, I was gonna say we could just, do that, and then her bomb can take both of them out, but I guess we'll just attack normally. That way we don't waste any of them. Nice. Alright. Now with me not being a dum-dum, this next fight gonna be easy as pie. 3.15. Look how she points. Love the little details. Yes, just punching that glass turned it on. Good job, Titus. Easy. Here we go again. Stumbling the same way we did before. 365. 24/7, 365. Now I'm not gonna lie, with Tita's health, so I'm probably going to, instead of doing that, I'm probably just gonna guard for him. That way he takes less damage. And then I'll probably try to stand by so she heals. Because it did a lot of damage on him last time, yeah. $356, nice. 129. So instead of that, because I don't care, we have a lot of extra free potions. I'm just going to do this because it heals 4 times as much. And then we can do pincer. Knife. He's like, oh no, what do I do? I'm surrounded. 350. Nice. $355. Ooh. 272. Oh, it's a risk using another one. I don't want to risk it. Instead, we're gonna do a normal attack with her. Let me see. It does 58. Even with his critical hit, he didn't do 315, so we're safe. So, minus 131. Awesome, he only has 84 left. So, another 58. I think one more Riku attack. Minus 56, perfect, okay. Alright, now he's at 70 HP, so now we go sword plate, we go slice and dice. Make sure you click this one. We want that overkill. Yeah, perfect. So he's already dead. Look at all the extra hits. Frick, did we not get an overkill for that? Are you serious? Ain't no way. But that is how you do it. Let me see. No. No way it didn't give us the overkill. I'm checking on that, because if not, we're redoing it. I know you guys are going to hate me for this. Let me see. I need to see. Yeah, we didn't get the overkill, but I think it's just because the strength is low. Let's see what we miss. Oh, you know what? No, that's not even a big deal. We're fine. That is how you do it. If you have high enough stats, whatever, you can overkill them. But we're not even going to sweat that one. That's not one you have to do, but it is one that's very good to do. Heck yeah. What's up, my bro? Nice, nice. Nice. I love how too, like with the translate, even without you can technically tell. But he said, we found an airship this early. He's like, I'm one of the boys, right? No.
Hey, I helped out, didn't I?
Rejected.
Hungry.
I need food.
Whoa! Right on.
Hey! It's because you eat too fast.
Hey, I just saw you as a fairy in Kingdom Hearts 2. What's up with that, Riku?
Hey!
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand.
I love how he's just so delirious.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
I love the explanation here too. We.
Oh, we means you.
Who are you guys?
He's doing like mental gymnastics math in his head.
We're Al Bhed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Al Bhed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Al Bhed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkin.
It's like, no, but Wonka's an Al Bhed racist hater.
Star player of the Xanarkin Abes?
Ah, super easy.
Hit your head or something?
A few times, yes. Why?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkin. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as
This
they
will be
came
the
to mind.
official part 1, by the way, guys.
But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin. Don't
I
worry,
still hate
you'll
that
be better
outfit
in no
that
time.
Riku's wearing. It
They
looks
say
so
everything
bad.
gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays Blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkin. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way.
Oof. They give you like one last chance if you haven't gotten that Al Bhed primer. Just want to emphasize it's right here, and it is missable. Last thing you want to do is have to play through the entire game again because you missed one item.
You said... You play Blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
It's like, you don't know anything.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here? Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon?
That's what the history books say, my guy.
I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place. That I could go back in a day or two.
You could have gone back 1,000 years ago.
1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa, whoa!
There we go, now that's all set up. Cool. Impressive that they'll survive, though, to be fair. We're good. It's like, bro, how have you just been sitting like that for hours? Come on. How are you breathing? I mean, he's a blitzball player, at least, I guess, to be fair. Bucky's back! Look at that! They look like they're wearing the Borderlands mask. They do. They do. I think that every time I see that, man. I freaking love Borderlands 2.
Blitzball!
He's like, my people. Hey, what's happening, man? Walk up from cage 1. And then goes to ultra high def out of nowhere. Don't forget, guys. We got a really important item over here that we have to grab. All the crests, like the moon crest, the sigil, all that good stuff, is actually for their ultimate weapons later, so yes, we very much need to grab that. For sure. These ones you don't have to do, and you can actually come back at any time and get this, but there are chests over here, or at least a chest, that I am going to grab. Yeah, I think that's it. Nice. Dude, you beat me to that line. Oh yeah, he put it there. Bucky put that too. Hey, what's happening, man? One step closer to Ultima. To Ultima? Already? What are you talking about, bro? 1 out of like 1,000,000 steps. You looking far into the future.
You wanna try that move
One more time?
one more time?
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
He's like, I can show off, finally. I love Besaid though, guys, honestly. It's such a homey, like, nostalgic, small village feel, you know? Like, everybody probably knows everyone.
The Xanarkin Abes.
Almost feels like life how it should be lived, you know?
What team you say again?
I meant, forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy, like. So, I don't know where this place is, or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you, but you're
Shad
still
face.
alive. Praise be to Yevon.
Dude, how the hell you even have a hairstyle like that? Like, it's not all spiky. If y'all saw the top of it, too, it's, like, rounded off. And then the outside, like, row, it's like hay. Like, literally his hair is like a hay barrel. And, like, bundled up in the middle.
Okay, back to the village. I'll get you
It's like, how even? Bop. Bop. Lean back a little too far, my guy. You too.
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask.
Waka's awesome.
It's true Xanarkin was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then...
It's such a funny perspective of
take
it.
a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkand along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand.
I love how it's the same scene. Wow.
What gets me though is we gotta
Same
suffer
rotation, even in
because of
freaking
what some
cutscene.
goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
I want to get a
It was
blitzball.
just as Riku said.
Dude, absolutely,
Waka
man.
and Riku couldn't both be lying.
I want blitzball to be a real life sport so badly, man. You don't even know. I'm with 99% of people, though. I don't like it in the game. But blitzball is so badass, especially the opening cutscene. Dude, I freaking love it.
But
Oh
you
my
gotta
gosh,
figure,
it's so
a kid
sick.
living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could
Bucky
think
says, "What do you
about
what do you think of Waka gameplay wise?" I love him. Honestly, Waka is really enjoyable. So he's geared, even though you can technically build your characters however you want when you're more experienced in the game. Waka has higher accuracy. The way they balance the fighting in the game is really good. When we get back to the tutorial, I think you missed that part earlier, but I'll kind of mention the same ideas on how they show this character's good at this and this character's good at this. But it's very enjoyable. It's very satisfying. And he's very focused on, what is it? He's very focused on status effects. So he's very good on range, inflicting status effects, and his overdrive, which you guys will see later, does the most hits in the game. And when you get to the point with your characters, there are 2 damage caps. There's one damage cap at 9,999, and then if you have a break damage limit ability on your weapon, you can increase that to 99,999. Well, when all of your hits, right, my individual punches, do the max amount of damage, it doesn't matter what move or what character you're doing. It matters how many hits per attack you do. With Waka, one of his overdrives, and his best overdrive, does the most amount of hits out of every character in the game. So, end game, when you're talking about the end game bosses and stuff and maxing people out, Waka is actually the best character in the game. Legitimately, he's actually the best character in the game for that reason. So, but gameplay wise, yeah, the normal stuff, all that stuff I mentioned already, I really enjoy it. I love the design of it. Because he's a physical damage dealer, but he's very different from Tidus. And the fact that he has range, he has more accuracy, so he can hit things Tidus can't. He's still strong, but he has the status effects. You know, like the dark attack and stuff like that that can make them miss more attacks and all that good stuff. So I really love it, honestly. I love the design of all the characters, to be honest. But those are the reasons why I really like Waka.
What's the big idea?
So 7 grab and chests were good here, but any forced fights, we're going to continue to try to get Tidus's overdrive up. We need another 30 to get the next one. And then after that is going to be 80, so that one's going to be well. Well, I should have switched it to Slayer, though, so that's my bad. But it's okay, after this fight we will. And then we will be able to get that overdrive up. Bob. By the way, bro, thank you for the bonus stream last night. I was feeling kind of anxious, and watching the stream pulled me out of it. Thanks, homie. Hey, dude, I'm so happy to hear that, man. I really... That actually makes my day, honestly. Honestly, hearing that. And I want to emphasize, too, the bonus stream, I was kind of bored yesterday. I was getting stuff done, don't get me wrong. Like, I had a lot of cool stuff to do, but it's like my one technical off day in general from all the work I'm doing. And it's the only day I'm not streaming right now. Like, I'm streaming every day now. And even Sundays, technically, you know, I'm doing, like, the Bible reading video. But it's, like, my only off day, and I was feeling antsy myself. I'm like, I want to be doing something. But here's the part, this is what I wanted to emphasize, is, you know, you, Luigi, and Pixelren, like, I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out, you know what I mean, for helping build the community and just being here. So, you guys do the same for me, man, you know. Doing that bonus stream was also fun for me. I really enjoyed it. And I'm really happy that that had that effect on you, man. It really makes me want to keep going with it. Like, it really does. So I love to hear that. I'm super happy to hear that, man. Sweet, we got cheer. One more defense. Okay, okay. And then we're going to switch his overdrive. And then, yeah, anybody watching too, by the way, definitely pray for Bucky. Both for that, of course, but also to find a job, because the job market right now is a nightmare. Like, honestly. So for sure do that. But yeah, honestly, no, that makes my week, man. Honestly, hearing that. And then streaming and putting the work into before you guys started watching and started getting like any views at all. it's so difficult to pretend that you have an audience and like keep talking, but after you guys being here, I don't even care if people show up anymore, if that makes sense. Like I do, but it's more like you guys have also helped me kind of come into my own a bit, even though we've got a lot of work, you know what I mean, a lot of progress to make. You guys have really helped me get comfortable, I guess, if that makes sense, streaming and making content in general. So you guys helped me a ton with that too, so I really appreciate that as well. I've been tuning into the Bible studies. I don't normally talk in the chat for those, but keep doing them. Heck yeah, dude. I didn't actually know who was watching, to be honest. But that makes me really, I'm really glad to hear that, honestly. And something I emphasized in the first one too, I'm not a teacher by any means. A lot of people mention like I'm really knowledgeable, this, that, whatever, like I retain information well. I emphasize because, yeah, we're all sinners, but there's also, like, regarding, you know, pastoring and teaching, there are, like, additional standards. So I just like to emphasize, like, hey, everything I'm saying is, like, my opinion, and I want, for those I really want, like, discussion, or, you know, we're just kind of going through it, just to have something, you know, reading if you want to just listen, or if we have questions or want to talk about it, but, you know, that's something I like to emphasize, is, you know, hey, we're discussing, I'm not a pastor, because there's still sins that I struggle with that really disqualify me from, like, I'm never going to say I'm teaching on something unless I get past those sin issues that I'm struggling with, but then also unless I do a deep dive, you know, and I really try to get all the answers, because I think you got to be really careful when it comes to that kind of stuff, because I take it very seriously, you know, because I really do, like, God is, you know, so meaningful to me in everyone's lives. It really does so much for everyone. Even though so many people who don't believe in him or bash him, it's really heartbreaking. So it's one thing that I really want to get right if I'm talking to somebody, you know. Like, I've had plenty of people. I've actually had somebody, there was a family, some people that I really cared about that I was helping out at a period of time. And one of them made a comment of like, oh, you're the most like Jesus person I've ever met, trying to compliment me. And I appreciate it, but I'm like, let's not do that. Like, you don't, that's something you got to be careful of, is not comparing to him, you know what I mean? I'm like, at the end of the day, don't put me on a pedestal either, you know? Go to the Bible and trust in the Holy Spirit. Like, those are key above anything. Because so many people, they get attached to a pastor or they get attached to a big name, you know, and they start idolizing them, like, this person, man, yeah, all the attention's on Jesus, but this person, and they get, that's where they get cultish, or they get obsessed, you know, and it's something I just want to be really careful about, really respectful about, and, you know, kind of watch. But that's really encouraging, though, you saying that you watch those. I noticed they've been getting a couple of views, so that's really cool to kind of see, like, who's interested and who's watching.
Our team is gonna rock, eh?
I love how genuine Walko's excitement is too, by the way. All the characters in this game are so good and have good character growth and depth to them. Honestly, love it.
I wasn't too far off either.
This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years, and we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.
If you know Walko's story, like why, which we'll find out here shortly, it's just heartbreaking.
So, after quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
There's actually just so much loss.
10 years without a single win will do that.
Loss, suffering, and heartbreak in this game.
Last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
But that's one of the big reasons why I love it so much. It's both real, but also
you want to win the
genuine and
go out with a bang.
wholesome in a lot of ways, you know? That's one of the main reasons why I love Kingdom Hearts, by the way.
As long as we play our best.
People think it's a kid's game, and it's like it is, but at the same time, even though it does have death and like, oh, it's not gruesome, it does have like a lot of dark moments, but it also has heavy depression themes, you know what I mean? Like very dark, very depression, very suffering based, you know what I mean? Like it touches a lot of really deep topics that most people don't really acknowledge or talk about. And people who struggle with them, I'll tell you guys right now, you know how they say, you know, when it comes to, I don't want to say it in case it triggers people, but like, I don't like the word trigger, but like in this case, I think it's serious. But in certain bad situations, you know, they're like, it's the happiest people that are secretly like really depressed and dealing with certain thoughts, you know? And it's very true. And the sad thing is, you would never know it if they tried just a little bit to hide it. Because people don't ask most of the time, you know? I've had situations before where I've actually tested it, you know? I've had one of the worst days of my life, you know? And I just put on a little face. And it's hard to, when you're depressed and when you're going through this stuff, you're also thinking, right? You're also thinking, oh, you know, nobody would even notice or nobody would even try to, you know, ask. But when you hide it because it's so easy and hard for people to tell, you're like justifying it to yourself. Oh, see, they don't care. And it's like, no, it's just so hard to tell when you don't show it, you know? So it's kind of a self-perpetuating thing too. And things like this game and things like Kingdom Hearts that really touch upon such dark topics and such depressing topics, but are so wholesome and show, you know what I mean, like people just caring so much about each other and the sacrifice, like self-sacrifice towards each other. It's just, it's wholesome, it's amazing, honestly, and it really deepens the story and deepens your connection to people quickly, you know.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Bucky says, you said this earlier, but man, don't you just want to live in this area? I know, it's so... I don't know if you play God of War, but in the beginning, you're literally starting with him chopping a tree with an axe, right? God of War, like, makes me want to go live in the woods, you know what I mean? Like, be a manly man type of thing. It's like, oh, this feels like this is what life should be like. But Ascend doesn't give me necessarily that vibe, but a similar vibe. It's like, dude, I love hanging out with you guys, so that's probably the only reason why I'm probably going to keep all this stuff, but I'm like, dude, that would just be, like, can't we just get rid of technology? You know what I mean? Just go back to that, like, simple times in life. You know? Because it has such a charm about it, man.
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first.
And I'll try not to spoil for people, but Bucky, you know what I'm talking about, and other people who've played the game. Let's just say with memories in this area, somebody mentions that they liked this area too and wanted somebody to live here. You know what I'm talking about. I think it's funny that that also happens later, and he basically agrees with us. I think I was cryptic enough to hide it, to hide the spoiler.
I didn't know it in the first place, to tell the truth.
Man, that's like the basics of the basics. All right,
But here in Besaid Village, for people who are wanting to follow this guide with me, there is one Al Bhed primer. Obviously, you guys know there's a temple and we need to get the Destruction Sphere. I'll explain that in a second. And then when we kind of come back to, there's going to be an extra overdrive we can get for Valefor. Now, for the temple, there are these things called Destruction Spheres, and you can get the secret treasure in every temple with one of those. Now, you could skip it and come back later, but here's the problem. There are special endgame bosses that appear. I'm not going to spoil who they are, but there's special endgame bosses that are absurd. And when I say absurd, I want you to imagine, oh, we do 1,500 damage, 2,000 damage by the end of the game normally, right? And then we'll have maybe like 2,000, 2,500 health at the most or so, depending. Some of them will have like 4K. And then these enemies will do like 30,000 damage to you in a single hit. And will hit you like 30 times before you can move. Like, that's going to be blocking you getting the Al Bhed primer. It's going to be blocking you getting the Destruction Sphere stuff. All of this stuff. So, I highly recommend getting everything from here from the first visit that you do, basically. Two things we're going to have to come back for, though, afterwards. But you'll see me do that. But the Destruction Spheres, though, there is an additional Aeon you can get towards the end-ish of the game. And you actually have to... And we'll wait on that. And you actually have to get all of them in every single temple in order to unlock this Aeon. So that's why you definitely, because this one's a really good one, you definitely want to get all of them on your first go-round. Because they will all get blocked off, pretty much. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them will, especially Besaid.
Hey, you! You were attacked
Yes,
by
yes,
Sin,
yes,
right?
yep.
Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be
I'm also
far,
going to say
right?
this too.
You're not hiding anything.
We're not going to Yojimbo.
Why would I?
If you know, you know.
If Sin's nearby,
If you do Yojimbo, you're funny. I think it's hilarious, so take what I say lightly, but lame.
Sorry.
If you're doing the Yojimbo method, you're lame.
Tell the truth, I don't even
But you're
know
also
what the
funny.
Crusaders are.
And I understand, because I probably do too.
Right?
I'd be lame too. The Yojimbo method is hilarious and amazing.
Yes, sir. The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blaze. Later, our we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
This is not in response to your question, but yeah, I promise.
You still haven't beat it?
Even though I'm not the biggest fan of 2, but I'll tell you in a second.
many times,
If I don't die first.
and that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temple.
There we go. Bucky says, are you going to play, not Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy X too? No.
Is Sin's toxic
The answer is,
bad, sir?
if you guys want me to, I will.
Rather bad. I could just tell you.
I've seen, there are like 5 different endings. I've seen them all. I know what happens. I have played through the beginning a good bit. I will tell you guys though, 10-2 is a massive step downward in my opinion, from the first one. In a lot of ways, but mostly the gameplay. So basically, you still have the turn-based gameplay, but instead of it being a TBG like this one, where I could literally leave this running in the middle of a fight and go grab groceries, come back an hour or 2 hours later, and then be in the same spot. In that one, there's like a timer, right? And whenever the timer goes down, it just goes to the next person. So it's supposed to be more fast-paced. But the problem is, that's not a turn-based game, and it feels terrible. And there are certain fights that you kind of get to that are absurd because of it and how it's designed. But those are just some of the reasons why I'm not a fan as much of that, personally. There's some really great parts of the game, for sure. But there are also a lot of things about it that just didn't really pull me in very well. So that's just why I didn't play it on my own, personally. I did play a good bit into it, and I've tried it several times, but I didn't stick with it for those reasons. But if you guys want me to play it, I'm all for it. We can even try to go for the perfect ending if you guys want, but when I say Final Fantasy X-2 is actually notorious for how absurd it is to try to get the perfect ending, like at any point, you can easily mess up one tiny little detail and not get it. It's one of the strictest in games in general, and it's stupid. But that might make it fun. That might be a fun reason as to why, you know what I mean, we should do it. But again, the answer is if y'all want me to. If there's a desire for it, I'll go for it, for sure. I mean, we already have it with this with this game came with it, so it was kind of the compilation or combination or whatever. It's a high summoner.
I got too close to Sin's toxin.
Bucky says, I've never played 10-2, to be honest. Do you know about the ending cutscenes at all? Like, have you seen anything about it?
The summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yavin.
And that being said, if you wanted me to play it still so you could experience it and not have to play it yourself and deal with it, I'd still be okay with it. But like I said too, it depends if you guys want that. We still have a long way to go for this game though, so we have time. We have plenty of time.
So what
But like I said, I'm definitely open to it.
Was that we should respect some kind of great man or something like that, I figured.
I also don't know the game as well as 10, obviously, because I've tried and just can't. You just couldn't play it before. So we will obviously not be like min-maxing everything and doing all this stuff. We'll do a little bit because there were some tricks and stuff that I did learn playing it. Of course, the only like guides we'll be following to really try to make good progress if we did do 10-2 is going to be the guide to get the perfect ending. And if you guys want it, of course, too, when we do that, I'll actually have us get the perfect ending, and then I'll have us watch all the other ones. But of course, I don't want to spoil anything too, especially if you haven't seen it. The only thing I kind of care about is the perfect ending, what happens. You know what I mean? Well, you don't know what I mean, but... but you might find out, based on what y'all say. You know what I want, though? Like, obviously a pilgrimage like this is really depressing, if you know, you know. But when I was saying at the beginning that I would love to, like, go on an adventure or do something like that, you know? But Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, you know, flying around the world on Appa with, like, you know, 3 or 4 of your pals, you know what I mean, and just hanging out. I think I told you guys the story about high school where we had a few buddies who wanted to actually straight up do the whole Scooby-Doo thing, like, let's go get a van and just travel the world together. Like, that would be the dream, man. Honestly, that would be sick. That would be so exciting.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
I felt so bad, too, because when we were doing that, it was like, there were like 5 of us, and we were making that joke pretty much and saying that, and we're like, oh yeah, we'd all like to travel. And then this one girl there, her name was Fatima. Freaking love Fatima, dude. And she was full in. She kept looking around or whatever. She's like, are we doing this? Are we serious? Are we doing this? I want to do this. Can we? She's like, are we really doing this? She was like all in. But that's why I bring up like Avatar: The Last Airbender, like that energy of just hanging out with your friends, you know what I mean? No, when I say no rules, I just mean like the freedom of just, you know, traveling everywhere. You know what I mean? Not stuck to one area, you know? And just traveling like that all the time, but with your buddies, you know? That would just be amazing. I'm also reading, I recommend it too, because I know Bucky said earlier that he has Rich Dad Poor Dad. Right now, I'm reading Die with Zero, which is very big on... It's not opposite of Rich Dad Poor Dad at all, but if you really go through all of it and listen to what he's saying, it's trying to teach you that, you know, some people, they get too addicted to making money and they don't spend their money optimally. There's some people who have their money outlive them, and they end up basically starving themselves to save every single penny that they have. That way they have it later for retirement. But they're like, what's the logic between that? You know, you might not even live that long, and then also you can't enjoy all the things you want to enjoy when you get that old. It's not saying don't invest, don't be smart, don't make more money, don't do all these things that you learn in Rich Dad Poor Dad. But it is telling you that, hey, you need to learn the balance of it and to live life, you know what I mean? And to how to do it optimally and not just save all for the future. So even though, you know, I'm still going to save money, you know, and build my wealth and my net worth and all that good stuff, it's really good because it's teaching you, hey, what do you value? What do you want to get out of life? Do you want to go skydiving before you die? Well, are you going to be able to do that when you're 80 years old? You know what I mean? If you can only do that in your 20s, maybe 30s at the most, you got to start thinking about that, you know? Life experiences matter, basically, is what the book is getting at. I'm only 4 or 5 chapters in, I want to say, in Audible. But I'm really enjoying it, and it's really challenging your mind, because some of it at first doesn't really sound right, but if you listen to what he says and you understand it fully, you're like, oh, okay. Like, that's what you're meaning, you know? And I really think there's a lot of value in it. But with that being said, though, I do want to travel the world. I think I mentioned earlier Pimsleur. I am learning another language, and I'm very interested in language learning. Japan, of course. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to a lot of different places. But Japan is definitely high up on my list. Oops. And I was thinking about waiting until I get my cash flow to a certain point of doing it. But after reading this book, I'm like, It's such a good point. I'm gonna focus and paint off what I want now, but I'm like, I should start working on getting my passport, you know? And I'm actually gonna see about doing a trip early next year. Like, after reading this one, I really think it's worth it, so that's what I'm gonna look at. I'm not explaining this very well, but you have different types of spears that you need to put in the correct place, blah, blah, blah. When you get to the door, most people, though, will just forget about it and kind of go through, but since you're through, you can just take it back out. So this is how you get the extra sphere, basically. We gotta make sure we get the destruction sphere here, though, so remember that. Now that is chaos. Here's the destruction sphere. Alright, so that's not going to do anything, but we can touch the glyph here. Bucky says, heck yeah, man. Travel the world. Oh, for sure. Absolutely, man. The experiences you can get are amazing. You just got to commit to it, you know? Oh, we got to take that one out, might be. So you actually got to have a way of swapping this out. So I'm actually going to leave the destruction spear here. This one's pretty easy, but make sure you get it for sure. So we're going to take this. Oh. There we go. And then we should be able to, yep, right here. So we're going to put this back here. We'll come back for that in a second. You can cycle through it however you want, doesn't really matter, but just as long as you get the destruction sphere in here. And there is one treasure, like actual treasure, per temple. And you have to get it for all of them to get that specific Aeon I mentioned. Heck yeah. Alright, now we're gonna grab you. Bookie says, have you ever played any of the Final Fantasy Dissidia games? No, I haven't. My brain, for some reason, goes instantly to, what's it called? You know those really epic, like, badass cutscene movies that look like they're fan-made and it's like a mix of different characters from different games doing all these powers and stuff? That's like, it's, what's it called, Dead Fantasy or something? That's what comes to my mind, but I don't know, like, anything about Dissidia, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Is it that, like, chibi, like, all the Final Fantasy characters type of thing? Because I've seen a little bit about that, but I don't know anything, honestly.
Summoners and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
I will say though, the game did go like green screen during a certain cutscene, and I think it's this one coming up here soon. So I don't know if it's just an issue with the PC version, but just a heads up.
One of them's got a sharp fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's just...
I'm looking ahead of time. Because if it does green screen, I might just pull up and have you guys watch like a YouTube of it with me. That way we can have like a pseudo fix.
Are you?
We're looking good so far. I'll keep an eye. Bucky, and anybody else too, if you want to comment, let me know who's more your type, Yuna, Riku, or Lulu. Which character do you prefer more? I'm curious. I think it's working this time. Heck yeah. Okay, I don't think we're getting any green screen. Heck yeah, okay. So it's not a consistent problem, at least with the PC. With the PC port.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
He's like, I have a lot more interest in this now. Oh, and Bucky, do you know my favorite line, by the way, from this game that I like to make fun of? It's actually coming up here soon. I want to see if you can guess it before it comes up. Before it happens.
Hey, over here.
Kamari, talk to me, buddy. Talk to me. I love Kamari. He makes me sad. He ignores us.
What? Ow!
I'm coming, stop!
I can't see anything.
Exactly. It's like, let me turn around, man, dang.
Ready?
I love how he's like immediately like a big brother figure to Tidus, you know?
Okay.
Dude doesn't take any time. Dude, the summons are such a huge part of this game. I freaking love it, honestly. They did so well with it. I don't know another game that does something like this as well as it does in this game, in my opinion. Like, summons exist in so many Final Fantasy games, and they're cool, but this is like top tier, like my favorite for sure. Bucky says Lulu all the way, of course. Of course, and we all know why. In fact, we're gonna get a cutscene scene why here in a little bit. So he answered that one. Now the real question. No! Oh no, I think it... Okay. Let me check OBS. Tell me that it didn't freeze. Okay, so this time it's having an issue at a different spot. Frick, okay. Let's see. We might have to do that YouTube thing after all for y'all.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna see if... Hopefully it doesn't crash.
Coming from it.
We're gonna see when it ends, and then I'm gonna play it on YouTube for you guys so you can see the whole thing. Okay, so I have the YouTube up. Don't tell me it didn't crash. Come on. It crashed. No. Okay. All right, we're gonna like speed through it as quickly as we can. Just know that Final Fantasy X has issues apparently. But you guys are gonna see everything, whether it acts weird in between it or not. I'll make sure. No worries. Dang it. The game's like, Bucky doesn't know what your favorite line is. We gotta give him more time. He needs more time, dang it. Which is the latest one? That one for sure. Wait, did it autosave? Yes! Okay, I love the autosave feature. It's new to the PC remaster for sure, I think. Or maybe the remix. Dude, we don't have to do anything again. Hell yeah.
Do you see this?
Okay.
I can't see anything.
I'm so happy about that, man. Y'all don't even know.
Okay.
Don't freeze this thing. Bucky says, I don't know the line. What? You can't guess it? My hint was that it was coming up soon. It's not during this scene. Here, I'll give you another hint. It's during the nighttime here in Besaid, and it's come up very shortly. It's after the scene that I'm saying that everybody's gonna know why you picked Lulu. It's after that one, or is it before? It's during with a group of people around the campfire during night. It's during that time. There's one line, and it is my absolute... It's not my absolute favorite, but it's pretty much... It's so funny. Bucky says, now that's why we have remakes. Thank you, autosave. Absolutely. This happened once before, actually. It crashed and it happened, and I'm just like... I'm so not used to it. But this literally, like, makes the whole PC thing of, like, oh, it has a lot of glitches, and it's like, cool. But its autosave makes it so I don't have to redo anything. So it's okay. It, like, keeps me from having a heart attack. Every time. You know what, though? Oh, I have an idea. Normally I just keep them base, but you know what I'm going to do? Oh, that would be kind of cool. Bucky, choose an Aeon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, honorary make names for the Aeons. Right now we only got Bucky and maybe Luigi, but I think that'd be kind of cool. But since you've been consistent, man, pick an Aeon and we'll actually name him after you. I think that'd be kind of cool. Kind of immortalize you guys in our first Let's Play a little bit. I think that'd be fun. If you don't pick Velfor, since Pixel Ren will probably not watch these, I'll put his name in this one. If you don't want Velfor, that is. I think that's a really cool idea, actually, though. Let me know, Bucky. While he's doing that, just in case, I'll start typing. It'd be really funny, too, if Pixel ended up joining one of them, and he's like, wait, why is my name up there? I think it's a WRM, but we don't have enough space, so, well... Unless Bucky wants Velfor. We'll give him like another 20 seconds to reply, otherwise Pixel's getting it. Give Pixel Velfor? Okay, which one do you want?
Remember, that night, we talked for the first time.
Or because we have time, actually, you
I
know.
didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed.
He has plenty of time to think.
For everyone.
He's probably thinking about the line that I'm mentioning, because he's running out of time for that one for sure.
Let me introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team.
Or he's sending laughing emojis, so maybe he's like, I don't care, I don't want to be named.
His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd.
He's like, I think that's a dumb idea, Vanix. I think this part's so funny, too.
Hi, guys.
Victory, victory. That it's not my favorite line, though. But it's coming up, and Bucky still hasn't guessed. I don't think he's gonna get it.
Our new goal is victory. To win every match.
Victory, victory, victory.
To bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
That's weird. Look at their cups when it goes back to Yuna. It looks so weird. What the hell is that made out of? I've never focused on that. Alright, I guess Bucky's not getting it. Stay away from the summoner!
Stay away from the summoner!
It's just the delivery of it. It's so funny to me.
Yuna, be careful.
But it was really my fault to begin with.
Oh yes, victory, victory, victory.
I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for
That wasn't the line though, by the way.
Huh? I'm sorry about that.
Even though it's funny.
Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kind of overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
He's like, how can I learn to do that?
Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
See how Tidus has like 4 crosses on his outfit?
Don't get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy. Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
Did you guys know that there's actually a kind of romancing system in this game?
If you get tired, let me
You
know.
actually get different
And then
cutscenes
maybe-
depending on certain options. Like there, pretty much, like if you say, yeah, she's my type, you actually get points for Yuna. You get points for whose overdrive you use more. And there's actually, Tidus's last one, somebody throws him his blitzball, where he does his whole kick or whatever, and that blitzball kick is what does the damage. Who that person is that tosses it up is whoever you have as like your preferred female interest at the time, which is really cool. So you got a lot of cool things like that that I didn't know forever, like that there were actually different cutscenes.
Good. Sleep tight.
Bucky says he likes Ixion. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. Dude, I think that's actually a cool name for him. Bucky Cruz. That one's not too far along too, so we'll be able to actually use that for a good portion of the game too. Heck yeah. Oh, and then the scene that'll explain why Bucky likes Lulu so much is coming up, guys, too, by the way, after this one.
Where's that boat?
Right now we gotta deal with
Everyone will
Tidus's
find us if it doesn't come soon.
funny dream.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
He just starts jogging in place. He's like, oh, did I?
Oh, hey,
I gotta go.
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
He did. Played this game too much.
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
Hey, stop dreaming! You with a woman? You can't even catch a ball! Oh, what's the
So interesting. The depictions and then building the character and the relationship between him and his dad. It's not cringy, but it's like a little weird and interesting. But it's also really good.
You have to speak loudly.
Like them trying to urge him on. You have to say loudly that you hate him. It's weird, but it builds up so well by the end, in my opinion, honestly, with the rest of the story.
You can do it.
I hate you!
It's also...
Okay, dead.
Oh, here's that scene that I was telling you about for Bucky. Or at the very least, it's probably the beginning of it. For him. I do love like how high def this scene is too. It looks so sick, man. Jack is pretty abusive. Oh yeah.
You shouldn't have brought him here in the
Look at all those belts.
Yeah, but you needed our help.
excuses.
Dude, look at that like in HD, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, but
That's it. No more.
Keep in mind, these games were on the PS2, guys. Like, it may look a little better because it's an HD remake, but trust me, the original PS2 versions looked fantastic when it did this crap. Like, way ahead of its time. The Luca scene is my favorite, by far, in this game, by the way.
Scary. So, who's Chapu?
My little brother, Chapu. Look like you.
He's dead?
He was with the Crusaders when they fought Sin last year. He didn't make it. I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
I became a guardian to fight Sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full-time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... thanks, Waka.
Waka's such a bro early on.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
Even though the autosave worked well, we're still saving just in case.
Hey, sleepyhead. Something I want.
Whoa, you're giving this?
I love the design of Brotherhood.
Yeah, use it well.
It looks sick, man. I love it. I also love the detail that it's so much lighter than the sword Orin gives you too. Like you can tell immediately with how easily he wields it.
Well, he never used it. Where's Yuna?
We're taking the same boat as Yuna, right? Why do we gotta wait here?
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
Dude, sword is so dope. Absolutely, man. I actually love both designs. The one Orin gives him and the other one. Like, it's so hard for games to have like a starting weapon or a starting setup in general to like look really good and solid. Most of the time you just can't wait to get to the better stuff. But in this game, they give you 2 starting weapons and they're both sick.
Okay, off we go.
Like, they nailed it with both designs. I like, look, the friggin' wardrobe's just sitting there in the back. I'm just gonna leave it, somebody else will pick them up. And we're going right back. Because next time we come here, there's gonna be a freaking demonic being that's keeping us from going back inside, if you remember. So, what we're gonna do is talk to her. It should have been somebody else in here, but it's okay. We're actually fine on stuffs. You know, a funny thing that happened? My dog dug something up yesterday. I wonder what it was. And that is exactly what we want. So we're gonna leave. And then I think it's gonna be this hut. It's one of them. There we go. Talk to the dog. He's got something in his mouth. And guess what? Valefor just got an overdrive energy blast. Or pixel red, I'm sorry. And then that should actually be it. I'm pretty sure we actually got the book earlier. Yeah, that was right there. And then I don't think there was one there, and then I'm going to double check because I know I saw somebody else mention it. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, you definitely want to get that before leaving. So we got the destruction sphere and that. Hell yeah. Oh, I should have hit triangle, but that's okay. Or Y. Here comes the tutorial fights. Heck yeah. Oh no, I had it switched to Slayer already. Never mind, we're good.
No problem.
We're Gucci.
Not too shabby. You might make a good guardian someday.
A flyer. That's my kind of customer.
My kind of customer.
Let's see. And then bring this one back up. Let's set that back. And then I don't know if you guys know this, But this is something I was mentioning earlier, Bucky. I think you missed it at the beginning of the stream. But they actually wanted to see, because this is a forced thing, they wanted to see if you could actually kill it with Tidus on the first hit. And if it would change the cutscenes or anything. So they actually went through like a ton of testing, and it took years. But somebody actually finally was able to kill this thing with Tidus with that first hit, naturally, like without cheating or anything. It just skips the Lulu dialogue pretty much. Oh, you know, it'd be funny though. Oh no, it's not gonna let us do overdrives. That's lame. But yeah, you have to get an absurd amount of attack in order to do it.
Told ya, only magic can beat that thing. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have our black mage show you what. Lou, you're up.
Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here. Spells of ice work well against fire fiends. And ice fiends are weak. You follow?
I get fire and ice.
Lightning and water are opposed. This one here is a water fiend.
Noith.
Take your time.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Love the battle theme in 10? Hell yeah.
Are you ready?
What's going on?
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. Chapu didn't pray that day. Said he... That should do it.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch our overdrive mode for Tidus. We're already max on it already, but just in case we get another one, I saved up an overdrive, but for you guys though, switch to loner because we're about to fight Kimahri. And then we can use cheer the maximum of 5 times and then try to get an overkill on him here, which just gives you bonus experience and items and stuff normally. So here we're just going to use cheer 5 times for the max. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. And then slice and dice, of course. Got it. Nice. We'll actually be able to get 2 uses out of it too. Hell yeah. If he doesn't kill us, that is. One more. And then just to make sure it doesn't cut off before we can overkill him. Got it.
That's enough.
What's with that guy?
Himari Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the Fiend's way of fighting.
I love his thing too, honestly, his Lancet.
He's another Yuna's guardian.
It's so much fun. It kind of becomes useless by the end of the game, but I freaking love it still, I don't care. It's so fun.
But he has protected me since I was a child.
Leaf. Nice. We got an extra shield, and we got a bunch of ability spheres. Let's go. We got some tutorial bosses, a nice little walk going. And then we'll be towards the end of our stream.
A flyer! That's your department, right?
He's like, well...
Why don't we let our summoner show us what she's made of?
Hey, Pixel's gonna get some more spotlight. Let's go.
Your first real battle. Let's see some style.
Show us what your training has taught you, Yuna.
I love that she's holding a Moogle too. I love that a Moogle is for her freaking weapon. You can get a Cactuar's weapon too later. It's so great. Let's go, Pixel! Bucky, I don't know if you know this too. Of course you play the game, so you definitely do. But obviously I mentioned this earlier, but Sonic Wings to delay the turn, you just get infinite turns basically. But also though, what you can do is you can go to the right. Boost will make you take more damage, but your overdrive will go up faster. So we can actually get that a little bit early. Hopefully it doesn't kill him though, that's my only worry, because he is kind of lower HP at the moment. Boost is also a quick move, so there's also a chance that they'll end up, sorry, my brain is like turning off. That you'll get an extra turn before it actually lets them attack you with it. Hell yeah, that was a lot. Bucky's like, get him, Pixel! Hell yeah. We want to show off the, both of the overdrives actually, because I haven't even seen the first one yet. Ooh, look at that one. I think we could do a Sonic Wings, because I think I'll still get overdrive for attacking him. Yeah. Alright, so Energy Blast and Energy Ray. So we're going to do Energy Blast first. Check it. No, that's not Dark Veil for it, is it? You think we have Dark Veil for it at the beginning of the game? I wish. Oh, and then also, before we forget, let's go ahead and equip. Now, I don't think she has anything, obviously, but we're going to just check anyway, just because. But for her, from the Destruction Sphere one, we actually did. We have one that gives her 8% magic and sensor, which is huge. And then we got lucky and we got Bright Ring, which is nice. And then I'm just going through and checking all of them just for the hell of it, you know. Oh, I didn't mean to switch it, though. Sweetness. And then let's go ahead and give them some speeder upgrades. We do want to be a little bit careful about our ability sphere upgrades early on, though, because there are limited ones. And there is a specific ability that we're actually going to farm for here. I'm probably going to farm for it off screen though, but I'll tell you guys what I'm going to do before our stream ends here today. Don't worry. For now, we got to finish our leisurely walk. Does it bother anybody else? Look at the map on the bottom left. You see that little white square is a save sphere? You can't actually get to that until the end of the game through like a special means.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this one to me, huh?
This is also what I was mentioning to you before, Bucky, too, that one of the reasons why I actually love playing Wonka and love how he's designed, like the Dark Attack. He has all the status infliction effects that are super useful. Now, if you want everybody to get experience, what is good to do is have everybody attack a single time, at least. So that we can kind of switch through. Have him get a hit in. And as long as everybody gets a hit in, everybody will get experience. Hey, we got Lethal Logic in the chat. How's it going, man? Thought it was a glitch in the Matrix. Saw the stream earlier with that Valeforce Sonic Wings discussion, and then came back. It was the Kamari fight again. Yeah, I was actually talking to people, so I was thinking about continuing that stream, but I was giving tips on this OP guy that I used to follow pretty much. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of just telling you what I would normally do and then not doing it, I'm going to go back and we're just going to go through it how I normally would. It's going to take longer, but that way you guys can see how it affects later games, you know? But that's really funny. That's actually awesome. I'm not going to lie. Let's get Pixel back in the game. But that's hilarious, man. That's really funny. Bucky says, I love Waka's menu art. I gotta actually look at that then. Focus on that here in a second. You guys ever see, there are those guys that are twins, like the two twin dudes. They'll like walk up to somebody, they'll say something wearing a shirt or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well thanks, you know, point me in a direction, whatever. They'll walk off and they'll have the other twin wearing the exact same thing walk up to them, and they'll either ask the exact same question, or they'd be like, hey man, dude, you helped me out a few hours ago, man, thank you so much, that was awesome. And they're like, it's so funny, man. Look it up on YouTube, it's actually great. They do so many videos like that, it's so funny. Let's see. Do boost and go ahead and get that overdrive up real quick. Letho says, I know I'm in the correct stream because of that clicks and taps gameplay. Clicks and taps gameplay? Oh, are you just meaning because of the sounds game stuff? This will be cool too because we can actually show off our new overdrive here in a second as well. Just one more. Come on. Or maybe by clicks and taps because I get bored and I like to do this with a controller, but maybe that's what he's talking about. Alright, now Energy Ray. Let's go. I actually really like this one. It's super OP too. Yeah, Skits, it's kind of sorta an ASMR stream at the same time. Oh, you just mean because I'm tapping the controller, I guess? Sorry, bud, is that bugging you a bit? Maybe I need to adjust the mic a bit so it doesn't pick that up as much, if that's too much of an issue. I'm Italian, if you didn't know, so... because I'm not doing this while I'm talking, you know, my hands feel like they need to do something. A tip here too, because we're going to be farming in this area, kind of off screen or whatever, is using cheer, I think at least once with walk on the field pretty much, and they'll be able to overkill the respective guys. I think at least once, maybe twice, I'm not sure. And then you can have Yuna just attack one. As long as she hits one, she'll get experience for it pretty much. I'm going to test and see if it overkills. If it doesn't, then we'll just do like one more cheer. Yeah, we'll just do one more per fight. It's funny that you mentioned the ASMR thing, because I made a joke about that earlier too, actually. Or maybe not me just messing around, but maybe just the button clicks itself is what you're talking about. Maybe we'll turn the gain down a little bit. And then move that. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help the volume of that a little bit. Make it a little bit better. No, it's okay. That's your signature. It's not a bother ever, man. I'm glad to hear that, dude. And I'm always up for critiques and stuff like that. So, like, if there is some audio issue or something that I can fix, definitely let me know. I never mind. But I definitely appreciate it, dude. And then here is where we're going to stop. So, I will actually show you guys what I'm going to do here in a second, though, however. That whole row, like where we just kind of walked up, is where I'm going to be kind of going back and forth a bit. Our goal for another part of the stream, or the next stream, I'm going to show you guys, and it's going to be a really good way of farming experience, which we're going to get to that part, tell you what's going to happen, then I'm going to farm it off stream too as well. Our goal is going to be to get to haste. So we need to get a ton of levels to get that. So, and it's going to be on Tidus specifically, and that's going to help with that tremendously. So haste is here, and right now we need, right here, so we need 1, that's 4, 5, 6, oops, there's 7, and haste is right here. So we actually only need 7 levels, which isn't too bad, and we have 1 already, so we actually only need 6. So, basically I'm going to run up and down that pretty much, and then just farm 6 levels so we can at least get haste, and then we're going to be good for the next part. But we're going to continue that on the next stream. I know it was a little weird. We kind of started it over a little bit, but we have a much better start now with all the different overdrive modes that we got going on pretty much. And I think we're going to be a lot better for the future. It's going to be a lot more fun too, and you guys can actually see the benefits of the tips that I recommend, right? What we actually get out of it. So, Lethal Logic says the first 2 obvious tutorial battles grant random blind touch weapons or blind word armor, right? Great initial gear for Walker or Tidus. I think they can. I think it's a % drop, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it's an RNG thing, to be honest with you. And overkilling gives you a much higher chance or guarantees like extra weapons or like double weapons depending on the fight that you're in. There's actually going to be specific fights where we're going to make sure we overkill them. That way we get specific things. Like I know in one of them, the Chocobo Eater, I think we have to. And I think we get a level 3 Keylock Spear. That's really beneficial there. And we can get 2 of them for overkilling him. So, stuff like that. But I don't think it's guaranteed, but I could be wrong. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the plan for the next stream. So, I'm pretty excited for it. I kind of don't want to wait a week, but it's what we got with our schedule going, right? Who knows, maybe we'll do a bonus stream in the coming days. We'll see. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take it easy.